What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, so this situation with Jonathan Majors is starting to heat up. We're getting actually closer to the trial date, his criminal trial that's coming up. And now it looks like Marvel is starting to make some preemptive moves when it comes to what they're going to do about this particular character of Kang. You can see in this article on Screen Rant what's going on with Jonathan Majors' Kang after Loki's Season 2 ending. In light of the Loki Season 2 finale and Jonathan Majors' upcoming trial, the question of the actor's MCU future has been raised once again. Yeah, it absolutely needs to be raised because, frankly, we don't know what's going to happen with Jonathan Majors at this point. You know, this cat might not have a career after this trial is going on. He might not even have his freedom, depending on how this criminal trial turns out. And look, Disney has already shelved one of his films, okay? Disney pulls Jonathan Majors' drama magazine Dreams from release schedule as the actor nears the trial. So yeah, on the same day that they pushed back Snow White with Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, yeah, this was the one that also got pushed back, or at least got put on the shelf. This was supposed to come out in December. And so they've already pushed this one back. And now we're wondering, hey, what's going to happen with Kang the Conqueror? Is this going to be a character that moves forward in the MCU? A lot of questions right now. We've already heard there's talk about bringing in Dr. Doom. You know, just helter-skelter, madcap craziness going on right now. Marvel doesn't seem to have like a firm game plan of what's happening. And so now there's talk about this cat actually getting removed out of the MCU altogether. Let's go ahead and look at this. So Kang the Conqueror is still planned to be the main villain in the MCU, despite Jonathan Majors' assault case, as there has been no official confirmation of his replacement or dismissal. There are ongoing discussions about Majors' future in the MCU, with reports suggesting that Marvel Studios has considered replacing Kang with another character due to the disappointing reception of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Yeah, see, the problem with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, is that you had your big bad losing to Ant-Man. You know, a fourth level character, a D tier character, is defeating your big bad, and that's supposed to be somebody we're all afraid of. I heard somebody else mention this. Could you imagine if Ant-Man defeated Thanos? Like, hey, man, I defeat Thanos. Why do I care about this? Okay, this villain is weak. That's a big problem with Marvel villains, right? They're all weak. They're terrible. And look, they've put Kang in front so much, okay, because they want to build Jonathan Majors up and make, oh, Jonathan Majors. Okay, so they've had this guy front and center in several projects to the point where it's like, well, he's not winning. He's getting defeated every single time he steps out there. Like, how important is this character really? The possibility of recasting the role of Kang is also being considered, although the presence of Majors' multiple versions of the character in the end scene of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania complicates this decision. Marvel is likely waiting for the verdict of Majors' court case before making a final decision. Yeah, I think right now they've probably already made a final decision, and they're trying to figure out where to go, you know? Because look, they have a lot on their plate when it comes to this character. They have invested so much so far. They've even put this character's name in an upcoming film, Avengers The Kang Dynasty. This is why it's like, man, do we keep this guy? Do we get rid of this guy? It's kind of hard to just pull the plug on somebody when you've already announced that you're going to have an Avengers film called The Kang Dynasty. It's like the dynasty is dead before it even gets started, right? They even have a release date on this film. Yeah, Marvel Studios' Avengers The Kang Dynasty will arrive in theaters on May 1st, 2026. So that's the whole thing. It's got a release date that's 2.5 years out. I don't think they can afford to wait to see what happens with the trial. That's why I think they've already made their final decision. Because what happens, let's say the trial goes long and there's all kinds of evidence and there's all kinds of objections and everything that goes on in a trial. And this sucker lasts for like the next 6 months. And it doesn't get wrapped up until the middle of 2024. Now this like, oh shoot, what? And then Jonathan Majors goes to jail or he's found guilty. Well, now we got to switch up and change plans. See, they can't afford to do that. They're going to have to get something moving and they got to do it now. And so, yeah, okay, where are we going next with this? What's happening next? And look, more evidence. This is on comicbookmovie.com. Avengers The Kang Dynasty confirmed to have ditched writer Jeff Loveness as he was wrapped up in Kang. Yeah, so they got rid of this guy. That's the same dude that wrote Quantumania. And I said, yeah, y'all probably needed to get rid of this cat anyway. But they're saying like, yeah, he was all wrapped up into Kang. And so that they've dismissed this dude and they've gotten him out of there. It seems like they're about to move on from the entire Kang Dynasty storyline. This is the first time we've heard this rumor, but a reliable source claims Jeff Loveness is definitely off Avengers The Kang Dynasty because Marvel Studios is starting to move away from Kang plans. So let's go ahead and check this out. There's a lot of speculation surrounding Marvel Studios' multiverse saga plans, particularly after the largely negative reaction to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania earlier this year. Along with Loki, the threequel was supposed to set the stage for Kang the Conqueror to be this saga's big bad. Unfortunately, Marvel Studios failed to take into account that having the new Thanos die at the hands of Ant-Man wasn't going to do anything to increase interest in him moving forward. Yeah, 100%, man. That was a dumb decision, by the way, Marvel. Then there are the well-publicized legal issues faced by Kang actor Jonathan Majors. Depending on how his upcoming court case goes, his time in the MCU may soon reach its end if it hasn't already. I think it already has. Talking on the Ringer's House of R podcast, the MCU The Reign of Marvel Studios author Joanna Robinson shared an update on where things stand with Avengers The Kang Dynasty and confirmed Loveness is off the movie. So here's what she had to say. I heard from someone recently, the screenwriter Jeff Loveness, who wrote Quantumania, was supposed to write the Kang Dynasty. Anyway, it's confirmed. I had it confirmed to me that he's no longer working for Marvel, she reveals. I asked the person why, and they said the reason why is he was all wrapped up in this Kang storyline, and they are likely going to be moving away from that. And I think, again, this is, proof positive that Kevin Feige doesn't know what the hell his cat is doing, because think about this. The whole situation with Kang, the fact that they're saying like, this cat should have never lost to Ant-Man, okay? Should have never had the new Thanos, quote unquote, die at the hands of Ant-Man. Never should have happened. Well, guess what? If you had a brain in your head as a story creator, you would have known, hey, we can't let the new big bad lose. If anything, Kang should have whooped everybody up in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, just to establish how dominant he is. Yeah, man, Ant-Man the Wasp, little girl, baby Ant-Man, whatever. Cassie, all these shit, man, y'all dead, man. I'm wiping y'all all out, Maybe you have a couple of people survive, but there should have been some major losses in that. But again, we want Ant-Man to be the hero and to win, and so that just makes Kang look bad. And so now you got to start thinking, well, what do we do with Dr. Doom? Well, I don't trust the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Kevin Feige or any of these clowns with Dr. Doom. They're going to destroy Dr. Doom, and Dr. Doom should be one of the most interesting villains in all of comics. He's the most interesting villain. He should be one of the best villains, if not the best villain the MCU has ever seen. And I don't trust these dudes at all with him, okay? Doom is a phenomenal character. They won't do him right. So yeah, I think this chick, she's probably right. They're probably moving away from Kang, and that's going to be the biggest L, in my opinion. If they don't go through with the Kang Dynasty and they shift gears and they go into something completely different and they bring Dr. Doom in to be the big bad and all of that crap, that is the biggest L. Honestly, bigger than the L they just took this weekend. Because that shows that this entire cinematic universe is just completely 1000% off the rails. They named a film The Kang Dynasty, and now they got to backtrack and they got to change up everything. That would be the most hilarious and the biggest loss, the biggest L that Kevin Feige has ever took. And if that happens, and I'm just going to be quite honest with you, Kevin Feige needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. You have taken a money printing machine and you have just kicked it over the side of a cliff and you've destroyed it. That would just be the most hilarious, but also one of the most tragic things to ever happen to comic book cinema. It seems Marvel Studios lost faith in Loveness being able to continue Kang's story, though the bigger issue may be the fact that they're considering moving on from the time traveler altogether. The Loki season 2 finale potentially went some way in helping with that, and it would be easy enough for a new big bad to take credit for destroying the Council of Kangs. Heck, maybe Loki himself can remove those variants from his new multiverse. Yeah, so they're probably going to spin it. They're going to make some sort of a story where, Loki just destroyed all the variants, so now we can move on and go into a different direction. But what happened to the Kang Dynasty, right? See, that's the question that everybody's going to have, and they're going to look at, and it's going to be Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige, he has no clue what he's doing. This cat is lucky. I've said this from day one. This guy is lucky. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings director Destin Daniel Cretton remains attached to helm the Kang Dynasty, but if the movie is undergoing significant story changes, then who knows if that's still the case. I don't think it's the case at all. I think all of the bump backs that they're doing, you're talking about them bumping back Blade, they're bumping back Captain America, Brave New World, or whatever that crap is. They're bumping back all of these films and all of these projects. They're bumping back Deadpool. They've bumped back so much because they have to figure this out. This is an Avengers film. This is the one that really brings the fans in. All right, we have a big, huge team-up event film. We got to get it right. We can't afford this thing to fall flat on its face. And, you know, so that's why they have to figure out what they're doing with Jonathan Majors, what they're doing with this character of Kang, who people just aren't flocking to. They're not looking at this as they did with Thanos. And, you know, he's a different character than Thanos. Honestly, he shouldn't have been in this mess to begin with. It should have always been Dr. Doom, frankly. Should have always been Dr. Doom. But nevertheless, here's where we are. And now they got to figure out next for Secret Wars, what's going to happen with that. They have no idea what's going on right now. This Jonathan Majors Kang situation, this is a nightmare right now. And look, again, going right back to this thing, this will be the biggest L that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has taken. This right here, to absolutely have to shift gears on an Avengers film, and you've already named it the Kang Dynasty, to pull the plug on that. Yikes, man. But again, this is what I've been saying, folks. Kevin Feige was lucky. He is not the genius y'all think he is. And this guy, he has no easy ways out. There are no easy ways out for this situation. He's got a tough decision that he has to make right now, a real tough decision on which way to go with this thing. And look, he only has one shot to get this thing right. And if he doesn't get this right, if he doesn't figure it out and nail this next decision, this is a big decision right now. If he doesn't figure this thing out, he might be gone. Okay? He might be gone, and that might be the end of him, because he would have blown and botched one of the biggest upcoming films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in Hollywood, period. The next Avengers film is going to be huge. It's an event blockbuster. So if he doesn't figure this thing out, man, it's a cold stone wrap for Kevin Feige. All right, that's just the way I look at it. But you guys let me know what you think. What's your opinion? Is Kevin going to make the right decision? All right. Or is he going to drop the ball like he's been dropping the ball this entire time? I know where I'm leaning, but I want to hear what you guys think. Go ahead, jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.